but majority, depending on the role that you play, there has to be a perception of a problem or need. Probably to sum up this the easiest to make people understand, is one of the fastest growing industries over the last 15 years has been consulting. Okay, consulting spring up all the time. You see millionaires are made because they're selling their practices to each other, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And if people would realize where that's coming from, okay, it's that companies around the country have huge problems and needs because they can't find the right people to resolve them, or the people they have created those problems or needs. So it's really not brain surgery here, it's pretty simple.
Mhm.
So literally tens of billions of dollars are billed out with, to consultants. Well, think about how consultants grow their business. They hire salespeople, business development people, whatever they may call themselves, to identify those companies that have particular problems and needs that their level of expertise does. They identify the person that's been responsible for resolving that, right? They convince them that they have the manpower to enable themselves to resolve that issue. I would imagine most businesses will tell you.
They convince the business
Yeah.
owner that the consultant has that
Yes.
manpower? Okay.
That's what consulting is. They could, I'm sure the business owner resists a little bit. We don't have the money. We're not in that mode yet. We've got all these problems. But that good salesperson, business development person in consulting, has conveyed or convinced them that they really didn't spend any money on that consulting. That, hey, well, once we get in there, we're gonna be able to make you more money, save you, this is gonna pay for itself many times over. That business owner, we're all business owners, right, have convinced ourselves, well, I'm willing to take that chance then. Write the check. And then that consulting company, right, goes and on the internet, okay, or a monster career builder, finds people to fulfill that role for 30 cents on the dollar. It's like selling food, right, like a restaurant. They find that individual, do it for 30 cents on the dollar, pay their overhead, and the rest is their profit. Like a law firm is like consulting. Well, let me ask you a question to tie all this together.
All right.
If companies are willing to hire consulting companies, okay, and dismiss the fact whether they have industry or experience or not, obviously have the funds to invest in that to people that are not engaged in that company, right? They're being paid billable hours, whose main focus is probably to get more billable hours and find more problems once they're involved in that. I haven't met too many business owners, okay, that would much prefer to have an engaged worker inside looking out for their best interest. The reason why they don't have that person to tie all this up, they don't know where you are. That's why they've had the problems. That's why it's critically important to change the methods of your hiring practices, so you don't go find that, have to be forced into hiring that consultant, that you have someone that'll grow the business. And as long as you keep hiring based on the traditional methods. Everybody should do the exercise with those 4 ingredients. Take it to your employees.